Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Gulberg Gymkhana. This is match number 2 of Trip Planners presents Shaikhani Super League Season 3, where Arham CC are taking on Zabrij Sports. The latter side have decided to bowl first after winning the toss, and the fast bowler Bilal have started with a wide outside the off stump. So this is just the second match of this much awaited Shaikhani Super League Season 3 being played here at Gulberg Gymkhana. Remember, all the matches are going to be played here at the same venue. Tonight it's Arham Sports taking on the Zabrij Sports. Both the teams are facing their first match. Another slower delivery. It was in the block hole, driven straight towards extra cover. No runs on the board so far for the right-handed batter Farhan, who has come out to open the innings alongside Afaq, who is his opening partner, standing at the non-striker's end up till now. Just one match has been played so far in this league, where we saw the defending champions team Big Bang winning the first match by the barest of margin of 1 run. Fuller driven in the air, taken. Excellent start this from Bilal. Another slower delivery doing the trick. Trying to hit it a little too hard there. Farhan not being able to time it well, getting a leading edge and an easy chance for the fielder at short third. Spurs wicket gone down very early for Arham Sports in the first over. Farhan will be walking back to the dugout without even troubling the scorers. And the left arm seamer has provided the first breakthrough. Arham Sports, Arham CBC in fact, are 1 for 1. Mohammad Umar, the right-hander, comes into bat at number 3. Another slower delivery. The length has been perfect so far from Bilal. Apart from that first delivery that was outside the off stump, that was given as a wide. So far, he hasn't done anything wrong. He has bowled 3 deliveries up till now, 3 legal deliveries to be precise. All of them have been slower off-cutters. One of them resulted in that wicket a couple of deliveries ago. Another slower delivery, but this time it was well down the leg side. The wicketkeeper not being able to gather it completely. As a result, they're going to run a bye. And they're going to get 2 more extra runs in this over. Remember, they are yet to score a run off the bat in this over. All 3 runs have come in the face of extras. 2 wides, 1 bye. Remember, it's the first 6 overs, which is of the batting power play. You can expect 2 fielders to be kept outside the 30-yard circle. There's a fielder at long gone and a fielder at mid-wicket for the right-handers. This is hit up in the air. There is no one at mid-off, arm long off, and that's going to go over the boundary ropes. How about that for a start from Afaq, facing your first delivery in the slot, and he had no hesitation in keeping that one down. As if he was expecting another slower one from Bilal. He got the length he was waiting for. And tell you what, it clearly landed beyond the boundary ropes. First 6 of the innings. A bit of a counter punch this from the opening batter. After losing a wicket early, his opening partner. He has now struck 2 blows, both of them landing beyond the boundary ropes. He hardly put a foot wrong in the first 3 balls, Bilal. Apart from those 2 wide, but the next 2 slower deliveries have been dispatched outside the boundary ropes. Still no change in the field. A fielder at long on and a fielder at deep mid wicket. Mid off in the circle. Third man fine leg both inside. The wicketkeeper has now decided to stand up to the stump so that Afaq won't be using his feet. A length delivery which he could have stopped in his follow through. Instead it went straight to that fielder at mid off. So a dot delivery to end the over. Pretty eventful start. There's a wicket and 2 maximums coming in the opening over for Arham CC. They are now 15 for 1. So the left arm orthodox Izhan will be sharing this new ball. Umar is on strike, who is yet to get off the mark. Starts off with a slightly slower and a shorter delivery. Now we saw a couple of sixes getting hit in the very first over, and that's what you expect at this particular venue. The pitch is always full of runs. We saw 2 maximums being hit. Slightly short again. Chance for the fielder at extra cover. This should be taken. It's put down. Wow. Should have been the first wicket for Izhan, but not to be. He's clearly disappointed by the effort from that fielder. It was slightly short. He was backing away, just slicing it up in the air. Extra cover should have taken it, but he just overran it. And you never know how costly that can prove to be. Normally, in the first 6 overs, you expect to pick up as many wickets as possible, especially when you have decided to bowl first. Izhan should consider himself very unlucky there. I'll tell you what, that was another chance, because that was a hit that came off the bat and then it hit the pads. He made an attempt in his follow through with his right hand. It was not his natural side. I'll tell you what, 2 chances have been put down in his first over. Not putting in much of an effort so far, Izhan. Just coming and releasing those deliveries, not being able to turn the ball a great deal either. Slightly fuller now. He was in 2 minds of Ark. Ideally, he would have loved to dispatch that ball over the head of the field at mid-off, but Izhan did the right thing by just pulling the length ever so slightly. Good over this from the left arm spinner. Just a single. And a couple of drop catches. Oh, 2. He goes over, extra chance and taken. Now this is an excellent catch. He's signaling to the umpire that he took it cleanly. The batter is still waiting. He thought that the ball might have struck the ground, but I just get the feeling the fielder thinks that the fingers were underneath the ball, and now the batter have decided to walk. It was fuller. It was there to be driven. He just couldn't keep it down. Afaq. It was in the air for a bit of time, and an extra cover fielder who did a mistake early on in this over didn't commit the mistake on that occasion. So both the openers are now back in the dugout. Afaq, after striking 2 maximums in the opening over, perishes. And after 2 overs, RMCC are 16 for 1. going to be a fog for his second over. Starts off with a wide-ish delivery. Now wicketkeeper was appealing for something. Mohammad Umar now facing Bilal. Slightly fuller driven. Goes straight towards extra cover now. This is an unusual start from the batting side. You usually expect to score as many runs as possible in the first 6 overs. They got 2 sixes in the opening one, apart from losing a wicket early as well. Another slower delivery chance and put down. And he's on the ground because he knew there was another opportunity to pick up another wicket. How many chances have been put down already? We saw a couple of catches going down in the previous over, and now the fast bowler Bilal, the ball just couldn't stick in his hands. It's never easy for a bowler in his follow through, but got to expect those being taken at this level. Hitting the batsman, it was pitching outside the leg stump. That's why the bowler didn't even bother to appeal. Now he doesn't have express pace, but the angle that he's creating for the right-handers by coming over the wicket, so far all the right-handed batters have found it difficult to play him. Mohammad Umar and Zia, the two batters out there in the middle. He has faced 7 deliveries for his single. Still a fielder at mid-wicket and long gone for the left-arm seamer. He doesn't care about swinging the ball. He's just looking to where he has space, bowl those off-cutters, make sure that he doesn't get hit for boundaries earlier on in the 6 overs. I think he has assessed the conditions very well so far, Bilal. He knew that there are so many runs available on this pitch. He's making sure that he doesn't give enough room to the right-handers. He's targeting the pads and the stumps, and he's not giving them any pace whatsoever either. This time it's hit cleaner. Fielder at long gone. Will he take it? He does take it. Now what an extraordinary catch that is. It was Shahid Pathan who was running towards his left. For a moment the batter must have thought that the ball might go over his head, that just like the way it did in the first over, but Shahid Pathan judged it to perfection. It was Fuller, he hit it with a straight up bat, couldn't keep it down, but Shahid Pathan had other ideas tonight. Took it ever so comfortably. And Bilal, he's on a roll. He has picked up his second wicket. It's the third wicket for Arham CC to fall. It's Umar who is walking back. Another batter going for a low score. Just one to his name, and now they are 3 down. It's going to be Zia Rahman. He's going to face his first delivery. Izhan will continue. It's gone down the leg side. He has struck it fine. The fielder is after it, but it's going to win the race in the end. It's the first really poor delivery so far by the new ball bowlers. It was short. It was angling down the leg side. He is just bending his back and making sure that he sweeps it fine of that fielder at fine leg. And we all know how quick the outfield here is at Gulbarg Gymkhana. You get so much value for your shots as soon as you clear the infield. In the air now, and that goes all the way for 6. That's the third maximum of the innings. Izhan not learning from his mistake of the previous delivery when he dropped it shorter. He did the same thing. Ziaur Rahman just making sure that he gets slightly on the back foot and lifts it over mid-wicket. And once again it went comfortably over the boundary ropes. It's important that the bowling side maintains that pressure that the new ball bowlers have put up in the first 3 overs. Now there was a chance of a run out at the non-strikers end. Excellent stuff. Had a shy at the stumps at the non-strikers end. Well, you can't even blame him because he just had one stump to aim at. Just couldn't hit. Left-hander Harsher will now be facing Izhan. Usually it's easier to face the left-arm spinner if you're a left-handed batter. And that's why they have kept the fielder at deep mid-wicket. He's going to change his angle. He's going to come over the wicket. Well, he was trying to sweep that, but it was well down the leg side. A bit of a mixed effort this from the bowling side's point of view. Well, they've taken 3 wickets. That's a positive sign, but they've given so many extra runs so far. Comes down the track, hit the pad. Now, were there 2 sounds? I just get the feeling they were. That's the reason why the umpire did not even bother entertaining that appeal from the fielding side. Otherwise, that looked pretty straight and adjacent. Full marks to the on-field umpire on that occasion. Excellent stuff this from Izhan. Apart from those first 2 deliveries that fend for a boundary at a maximum, he came back strongly. So 4 overs done and dusted. Arham CC still struggling. They are at 28 for 3. It's going to be Bilal once again in his 3rd over with this new ball now. Starts off with another slower delivery. Now this might be a single because there is a fielder at square leg. In fact, the fielder from fine leg is going to come around. He has picked up a couple of wickets so far, Bilal. Slightly short, hits it in the end, just gets it past extra cover. It was slightly uppish, it was in the air, but he timed it well enough, did Harsher. Wasn't far away from that fielder at extra cover too, but He made sure that he times it well and finds that gap between extra cover and mid-off. He was not hands at them. It's up. And it's going to go over extra cover once again, making use of that full toss this time, Harsher. A juicy one as well. He was attempting another slower delivery coming wider of the crease. Just missed the length by a few inches, turned it into a full toss, did Harsher, and made sure that he hit it comfortably over mid-off. Now, this is what happens in T20 cricket, even if you pick up early wickets, but if you're going to continue ball rubbish like that, you can get hit away for runs. And both the occasions, Harris was on top of it. The previous delivery that was slightly short, and this time the full toss was dealt with severity. Now there is a fielder, deep extra cover, changing the field for the left arm seamer. And he hits the ball in exactly that direction. Might come back for the second one, but he decided against it. So Arham CC now in need of a big partnership. Remember, there is still one more over left of the batting power play after this one. This left-hand right-hand combination might end up hurting the bowling side to some extent. Down the leg side, clipped away nicely. That's beautifully timed by Zia Rahman. He was once again looking to target the pads, but Zia was on top of that delivery, making sure that he finds that vacant gap, that big gap available on the leg side, because there was no one at square leg. There was a fielder at fine and a fielder at deep at wicket. And he made sure that he not only find the gap, but he also times it well. So after picking up a couple of wickets in his first 2 overs, this one is proving out to be a really expensive one from Bilal, because he has been struck for 3 boundaries with still a ball remaining. Looking to angle it towards third man, not being able to time it. So a dot delivery to end the over. Expensive one comes to an end from Bilal. 5 overs done and dusted. Arham CC 42 for 3. So 42 for 3 after 5 overs. Time for the first bowling change. Azhan being replaced by Mohammad Atif. He definitely has much more pace as compared to Bilal. And also he's pretty tall, so you can expect him to get a bit of bounce. There was a bit of tail into the left-hander on the previous delivery. So far, it's an ideal start from the Zabrij sports team, the side who won the toss and decided to bowl first here tonight. Slightly Fuller hitting it straight, but now there are 2 fielders standing behind the bowler at long on and long off, so you can expect to bowl Fuller. Remember, this is the last over of the batting power play, so the batting side will be looking to maximize the scoring opportunities and utilize the remaining 4 balls. Remember, there is no fielder on either side of the wicket outside a 30-yard circle, so we cannot afford to drop it short, Atif. A length delivery is a pretty decent option. That too just slightly outside the off stump because he's inviting Harsher to go for that drive. We have already seen how strong he is on the offside when he struck 2 boundaries in the previous over of Bilal. Playing it with a straighter bat, but it goes towards extra cover now. He definitely has much more pace as compared to Bilal, and he's bowling at a pretty decent channel up till now. In a power play, if you're not getting hit for boundaries, that's a job well done as far as the fast bowlers are concerned. Because what usually the batters look to do is to utilize the pace and make sure that they find those gaps. Slightly fuller goes straight towards turn. Now there is a chance of another run out, but not an accurate throw from Bilal at short third. Pretty packed offside field for the right-hander. You can see the fielder at short third, backward point, extra cover, along with that fielder at long off. And when you talk about the leg side field, they've got fielder at square leg, short mid wicket, and a fielder at long on. Now another full toss driven on the offside, but Shahid Pathan was out there at long off. He's not going to let the ball go out of his reach. It's another single, so just 4 singles in that opening over from Atif. You can say the batting power play clearly belonging to the fielding side as they managed to pick up 3 wickets. Arham CC meanwhile are now 46 for 3. So the batting power play is done. Arham CC are now 46 for 3. It's time to witness another bowling change. Mohammad Mohsin, the off spinner who can turn the ball in both ways. He's got a lovely carom ball that turns away from the right-hander, starts off with a shortish delivery, and he's very lucky to get away with that because Zia made sure that he finds that gap between mid-wicket and long on, and he almost got that boundary, but it was a brilliant effort from the fielder at mid-wicket. Covered a bit of ground, made sure that he stopped that ball with his left foot and ensured that the ball stays within the boundary ropes. Balls it slightly short, and now there is the fielder at square leg, so he's not going to get away with that. But that's what he do. That's what he does, Mohammad Mohsin. He can bowl as an off spinner. He's got a lovely carom ball that turns away from the right-handers. He deceives those batters in the flight and the variations that he has got in his bowling. That's going to be the left-hander Harsher facing Mohsin. Tries to go for the big shot. It's up in the end. Don't think it's going to carry to any of those fielders on the leg side. It's going to land in front of Umair Tariq at mid-wicket. Trying to attempt the big shot of the very first delivery against Mohsin, and he's lucky to get away with that. And they have lost 3 wickets very early. They cannot afford to lose another one at this stage, because it's going to build more pressure on the middle order. How beautifully was that one ball from Mohsin. Just bowled it much slower through the air, inviting the batter to go for that drive, and then the ball just turns sharply away from him. Bowls it slightly short on. This time it has been played to the left of the fielder as well, and he won't be able to cut that one off. Now the best part about that shot was how late he played that one. He made sure that the ball comes closer to his body and then just struck it underneath his eyes and make sure that he hits it to the left of that fielder at square leg. It's not an easy shot to play against a spinner who is turning the ball in both directions. Just angles it towards backward point. A sharp single taken. Good running between the wickets. Good way to end the over. An expensive one comes to an end from Mohsin. 9 runs coming off it. 7 done. Arham CC 55 for 3 after 7. .55 for 3 after 7 as Mohammad Asif begins his second over. Now pretty decent partnership now building between Ziaur Rahman and Hashir. Both these batters are making sure that they get a boundary at least in every over, and they look to score at almost 8 and over. Remember, in this ground with a lush green outfield and a batting paradise, even a target of 180 might not be enough unless and until you've got a pretty strong bowling attack. Important that they play their remaining 13 overs sensibly, showing calculated aggression without losing many wickets, of course. Now there is a chance of a run out. There is a attempt at the non-striker's end, but once again it's the fielder who misses now. Well, he could have targeted either end. He could have targeted the striker's end either, because that was closer to him, but he was looking to run out the left-hander, who has been a little more dangerous in this partnership, and a direct hit might have been a little risky for Hashir. In the end, he survives because the ball couldn't hit the stumps. Went for the scoop. It gets it over fine leg. This is improvisation at its very best from Zia. As if he was expecting another full and length delivery, so he had already made up his mind that he's going to go over fine leg. Just got away from the line of that delivery, scooped it over fine leg and used that pace from Atif. Remember, it's the third edition of Shaikhani Super League, where once again 5 teams are going to be locking horns against each other. We saw Gulberg Gymkhana suffering a defeat by just a margin of 1 run against the defending champions Big Bang. Zabrij Sports are taking on Arham CC tonight, and we have got NJS Cuisine as well, the 5th team of this Shaikhani Super League. So the next couple of weeks are going to be really exciting. Another full toss. Gets it towards fine leg. There is no one out there in the middle. That's going to run away for another boundary. This time the fine leg fielder was at the boundary road, but he still made sure that he played it finer. Full toss is never a good option. Just getting an inside half of the bat and making sure that he hits it fine enough. So a couple of boundaries in this over already for Zia. He moves on to 35 of just 17 deliveries, so the runs are coming thick and fast for the right-hander. The strike rate is pretty decent too, scoring at more than 200 runs for 100 balls. Slightly shorter, gets it past backward point. That's going to run away as well. One delivery that was slightly short outside the off stump. He was just jumping at it, getting on top of the bounce and making sure that he hits it to the right of the fielder at point. So 3 boundaries in this over from Atif. 8 overs completed. Arham CC are now at 69 for 3. .69 for 3 after 8 as Mohsin starts his second over. Starts off with a delivery that came back into the left-hander. Difficult bowler to negotiate. Mohammad Mohsin. Not only he turns the ball both ways, but he gets an extra bounce too. And the fact that he bowls much slower through the air, so batters sometimes find it difficult to get closer to the pitch of the deliveries. Unless and until we got a really good sweep shot against him. And he bowls at that perfect length where the batter cannot even drive or they think at least twice before using their feet against him. Now Harsher has been a silent partner in this partnership so far. Majority of the runs have come from the bat of the right-hander Zia. Bowled it shorter and the ball kept on turning away from him, so he had to drag that ball from way outside the off stump towards long gone. He's got a very strong pull shot, that's for sure. We have seen him getting few boundaries already so far in this innings, Zia. Plays that one late, but couldn't find the gap for 6 overs, lost 3 wickets. But apart from that, after that, it has been a bit of recovery for the batting side. It's important how they play the next 7 overs. Comes down the wicket, hits it flat, hits it straight. One bounce towards Shahid Pathan at long off. He might have lost the side of the ball in the floodlights. Otherwise, he was the type of a fielder who usually go for those catches. And he just stopped it in the end. He has already taken a really good catch of the bowling of Bilal in that similar region by running towards his left. Comfortably struck towards long off. 4 singles in that over from Mohsin. Pretty decent one as compared to his first over where he leaked 9 runs off it. 9 done, it's 73 for 3. Time for another change in the bowling attack as Atif has now been replaced by Izhan. And he has been greeted with a boundary on the offside by Zia. Once again dropping it really short, Izhan, and giving all the time in the world for Zia to just stay on the back foot and hit it comfortably on the offside. And this can turn out to be a really threatening partnership for Zabrij Sports. After picking up 3 early wickets, they have not been able to maintain that pressure on Arham CC. Couple of run-out opportunities being missed and some really poor deliveries that have been hit away for boundaries. It's coming really wider of the crease, Izhan. I'm pretty sure the on-field umpire would be interested where his back foot is landing. He's obviously going to change his angle against the left-hander. Will look to come over the wicket. Harsher looking at the field on the leg side. Now remember there are 2 fielders positioned at square leg and mid-wicket. Once again drops it short, but it was slapped straight towards long off. One thing is for sure, there is no turn on this pitch whatsoever. Although Mohsin has been able to turn the ball both ways, but apart from that, Izhan has not been able to get any bit of assistance on this track. Now that was a full toss, should have been hit anyway. Instead, it goes straight towards square leg. But one thing is for sure, the dew might not take its effect here tonight. Usually at this time of the day, when there are dewy conditions, the fielders find it difficult to grip the ball, but that has not been the case so far in this match here tonight. Pretty decent over this from Arham CC's point of view. 4 of the first delivery and then 4 singles. Make that 5 of the last ball. So Zia moves on to 48. Arham CC moves on to 82 after the first 10 overs. It's going to be another bowling change. Mohammad Mohsin being replaced by Shahid Pathan. Starts off with a shortish delivery. Will be put away for a boundary. And a 50 comes up for this right-hander batter too. Now coming into bat with his side, lost 3 early wickets. This is a really good knock from the right-hander. Remember, these two batters have now added 71 runs for the 4th wicket. He goes for another big one. He hasn't timed it well. Will the long on fielder take it? Will he get there? No, he doesn't. Looking to play across the line when that stayed in the air for quite a bit of time. Coming around the wicket did Shahid. And Harsher. Well, he was looking to target that mid-wicket region. Got it much straighter than he expected. But it was dropped in the end. Now another short delivery put away nicely. Square leg has some chasing to do. He does it. Now does he stop that ball within the boundary ropes? I think it did. And as a result, Zia will collect another couple. Doesn't turn the ball a great deal. Shahid just looks to bowl as early as possible, as fast as possible. As a result, you can get hit away for a few runs in the process. Deep cover will cut that one off. Another single to the total. One thing is for sure, both these batters will be breathing a sigh of relief since Mohammad Mohsin has been taken off the attackers. He was the one who was giving them some sort of trouble with his spin. Shahid doesn't spin the ball a great deal. They're almost playing him as a medium pacer. A bit of turn and bounce now on the last ball. But still a pretty decent one for the batting side's point of view. 11 done, it's 91 for 3. change of ends for Mohammad Mohsin. Another big shot attempted. And once again, the ball is going to land in between, and Umair Tariq won't be able to stop that one. And this is going to hurt them. Zia not being able to completely control that shot, but he still made sure that he found that gap. And Umair Tariq, well, maybe a dive could have held the fielding side on that occasion, but he instead decided to run around. Neither did he took the catch, nor did he stop that ball. So a boundary of the first ball always puts the bowling side under so much pressure. Hits it much flatter, but it goes straight towards Umair Tariq, who doesn't make any mistake on that occasion. So 4 and a single. Now, who would have thought the batting side, who were at one stage at 16 for 3 in the first 3 overs, now still being able to score at almost 9. Now this might be a run out chance. It is going to be a run out. A soft dismissal for the left-hander. Jesse hitting it straight to that fielder at point and looking to go for that single, whereas his partner was not interested at all. And he wasn't even looking at his partner initially. The fielder making sure that he hit, in fact, he didn't hit the stumps directly, but he made sure that he hit it straight in the hands of the keeper. And the big partnership that was proving to be really threatening for the fielding side has finally ended, courtesy of a soft run out at the striker's end. So Hashir, who played his part as a silent part in this partnership, is walking back after scoring 18. And now they are 4 down for 98. Salman, the new batter, at number 6 for the batting side. Now, Mohammad Mohsin, although he has been really effective on this track, but he'll be really disappointed that he hasn't picked up any wickets so far. Goes for another big one. Should be taken, Umair Tariq. And he misses it completely. The arms are aloft from the on-field umpire. That means that the ball landed not only over his head, but beyond the boundary ropes. Just the second ball that he was facing, sweeping it from way outside the off stump. That went miles up in the air, and it comfortably went over the head of Umair Tariq, who did not even get his fingertips underneath that one. In fact, it has been signaled as a boundary, so defending it with a straighter bat, stopped and is followed through by the bowler. So a wicket, but still a couple of boundaries in that over from Mohammad Mohsin. 12 overs completed. Arham CC are at 100 for 4. going to be Shahid Khan to continue with his second over now. Try to just bowl as fast as possible in his first over. Starts off with another short delivery, but will just be a single towards deep mid wicket. Now they've broken that partnership that was proving to be really dangerous for the bowling side, but they're still looking to get that big fish out. Zia, who has batted really well up till now. In fact, he has got majority of those runs in this innings. Salman has made his intentions pretty clear when he struck that boundary of the very second delivery that he faced against Mawson. Cuts it, but won't be able to get away from that fielder at short third. In fact, the fielder at backward point came around and stopped that one. Just rushes through his over, Shahid Khan. Goes for a big shot. It's flat, it's hard, and it's long. What a knock that he's playing tonight, Zia. Shahid Khan Pathan getting a treatment of his own medicine. That's how he bats when he gets the opportunity, but it's the opposition that is making full count of his way with bowling up till now. He goes again. Hasn't timed it as well as he would have wanted to. That's why we'll just get a single towards long off. And they've lost 4 wickets, but they're still looking to come harder at the opposition. Stays on the back foot, will just get a run towards deep cover. Runs in that over from Shahid. 13 overs completed. Arham CC 110 for 4. Coming into bowl in his last over now, Mohammad Mosim still searching for his first wicket. Turns that one miles away from the right-hander. Made up his mind very early for that sweep shot. Instead, the ball just kept on turning away from him. Another lovely delivery, and with that he also got a bit of bounce. Usually when the spinners are getting that much turn away from the right-hander, you usually expect the fielding side to have a fielder at first slip. Six and a half overs remaining now in this innings, and Zia will be looking to get as much strike as possible. Remember, he's batting on 69 of just 33 deliveries. Another one that has gone in the gap. Shahid Khan is after that. And he did not even bother diving for that one. And this was something that should have been stopped. Instead, he just kept on running towards that ball without going for that dive. And by the time he decided to go for that one, it was a little too late. So another boundary for the right-hander. Now he moves on to 73. Goes for the sweep shot. Now it's going to curl away from the fielder at square leg, but will just be a single. He's batting really sensibly, Zia. After getting a boundary, got that single of the very next ball. Make sure that he gets off strike. Playing it gently with soft hands will be a dot ball to end the over. So his spell is done and dusted. Couldn't pick up a wicket tonight. Mawson went for 28 in a spell of 4 overs. 14 overs done. Arham CC 116 for 4. It's Azhan who is into his last over as well. Almost got a wicket there now. He was looking to go for another sweep shot. He missed it on the very first ball. He missed it on another occasion too. And not only did the batter miss it, but even the wicket-keeper couldn't come around and stop that ball. And that ball wasn't far away from the leg stump either. Hasn't turned the ball a great deal, but he has varied his pace tonight, Azhan. Got a wicket very early in his spell. Going for the big shot, Salman, but will just get us run. But most importantly, it's Zia who is back on strike. Remember, it's the 15th over in progress of this innings. 5 overs to come after this one, where we'll expect more of the fast bowlers coming in. Tries to go for the big shot, gets it in the gap, but forget about getting it in the gap, because he has hit it comfortably over the boundary ropes. As if he's playing on a completely different track tonight, Zia. Once again, as soon as the bowler drops it slightly short, he transfers his weight on the back foot and finds that gap easily between square leg and mid wicket. Well, it's just the second match of this tournament when we have seen 21 sixes being hit already. A much better position right now, RMCC. Remember, they were 16 for 3. Then came that big partnership between Harshad and Zia. And after the dismissal of Harshad, even Salman is making sure that he spends some time out there in the middle. Once again, bowls it shorter, but will just get a single towards square leg. So he's going to finish off his spell tonight. Is on a wicket and 32 runs in his spell, 4 overs. 15 overs completed. RMCC at 126 for 4. Drops it slightly shorter, gets it over square leg. Wow, what a hit that is from Salman. Once again, it wasn't that short in length, but making full use of that reach, full use of that long levers. Salman hits it flat and hits it over square leg for another 6. Brilliant start to this over. The 16th. Now he goes over extra cover. That's an extraordinary stroke. Might not go all the way for 4, but he will still fetch a couple. Another partnership that is going to help the betting side to go past 170 at least. It's a big one. It's hard and long, and it's another 6. He moves on to 89 with that 6. And he'd not even bother looking at that one because he knew that he has timed it well enough. If he's going to bat the similar way, he will end up scoring a century tonight, which will be the first of this edition of SSL. He goes for another one. It's in the air, long gone. Will he be able to get that one? He doesn't. It's in the gap. Might have gone all the way for 6. The umpires are going to confirm from those 2 fielders. And the signal has been given. It's another towering 6 from Zia. He moves on to 95 within a touching distance of reaching his first century of this SSL. Now, will he look to clear the fence of the last ball? Or will he just take a single so that he can get a strike in the next over? He hits it flat. It's in the gap, but will just get a run. Sensible batting this from Zia. He moves on to 96. A very good over comes to an end from the batting side's point of view. 16 overs completed. And now they are at 149 for 4. Remember, just one hit away from a century. He has hit that one on the leg side. That's going to run away for 4. And that's a brilliant century from Zia. He's going to get all the applause from the dugout. This has been a remarkable innings from the right-hander. 3 down for 16. Then he stitched that big partnership alongside Harsha. And now he has reached to his 3 figures. With that boundary, 150 also comes up for Arham CC. 100. Single-handedly with this knock, he has now brought his team into a very good position that they can even go past 200. Similar delivery, but won't get a boundary on that one because he has played it much squarer. There's no one at short third man, just a fielder at short backward point, a fielder at square leg inside. Looking to go for another big shot, but there is a fielder at deep square leg. The run rate is pretty healthy from the batting side's point of view. They're scoring at almost 9.5. Another delivery that is slightly short. One bounce straight towards deep mid wicket. Will just get a single. But the idea is pretty clear now. He is looking to get as many boundaries as possible because remember, it's the last few overs that are remaining for Arham CC. Now that is hit high, that is hit long. And the long off fielder will just be a mere spectator because that ball once again lands on the base of the side screen. Another six that looks so effortless. Yet it gives the maximum result. He goes for another one. Hasn't connected that well. Shaikhani getting underneath, but he'll just take it in the end. Looking to repeat the heroics on that occasion. Salman, the previous one got from the middle of his bat. This time not getting that much from the middle. Getting all the height, all the elevation, but in the end it's coming straight down to the throat of Shaikhani, who doesn't miss many. It's his second catch for him tonight. But once again, Salman has done his part. 23 of 20 deliveries for the big right-hander. It's 161 for 5 after 17. So 3 overs now remain. 161 for 5 it is as Atif begins his third over. Well, how did they manage to sneak a single on that one? Because it went straight towards extra cover. Was a full toss. Should have hit that for a boundary. Instead, it went for just a single towards extra cover. Mohammad Mozum, the new batter in, tries to hit the first ball outside the ground. It's going to glow and land over extra cover. Will look to come back for a couple, and if they run well, they can easily come back for the third too. They have gone for that, and they will get there in the end. You can just see a few nerves jangling in the fielding side's camp. Obviously, they weren't expecting that many runs being scored after restricting the batting side to 16 for 3 in the first 3 overs. But full marks to Zia. The way he has played 100 of just 44 deliveries was a brilliant answer. How the way the bowling side came in to bowl in the first 3 overs. It's important that Mozum gives strike to Zia now. Zia was hitting boundaries at ease against the spinners. Now it's the fast bowlers who are operating in the last 3 overs. Another one in the block hole, which will just be a single towards deep mid wicket. Even now, the fielding side can make a comeback, and by making sure that they restrict Arham CC to 185 or 190, and if they can manage to do that, they will feel a little more comfortable and confident coming into bat in the second innings. Oh, just looking for the go for a reverse sweep, and it's the stumps that have been shattered. Well, why would you look to go for that shot, especially when you have been hitting the ball so well down the ground and on the offside? Just stayed there, made sure that he was looking to get it over third man, instead missing the line of the ball completely, and it was Arthur who disturbed the stumps on that occasion, but not before. Zia played a marvelous knock of 105. 105 with just 49 deliveries, as RMCC have now lost their 6th wicket. So 167 for 6 with just 2 overs remain, and we're going to witness Bilal once again with the older ball now. Remember, he was bowling those cutters with those new balls, because of which he was able to pick a couple of wickets. He might get another one, but I just get the feeling it's going to land in front of extra cover and long off, as the right-hander will pick up another couple very easily. Anything more than 180 will be slightly tricky for Zabrij Sports in the second innings. And that's going to be a wide, is it? It is. Looking for that modern day York, a full and outside the off stump, but the batter knew that it was well outside the popping crease, and the umpires, rightly so, giving it as another wide. He's going for that angle again across the right hander. He knew that the batter Muazzam isn't that comfortable at the crease up till now, because he has hardly faced like 4 deliveries, and you need to get a bit of sight before you can go for those big shots. That's why it was important for Zia to stay out there till the end. That's a full toss. That will be taken. It's just going to go over the head, or has it pulled the ball back? I just get the feeling he has managed to save 5 runs there for his side. It was a full toss. Muazzam got underneath that, took it off his left leg. Square leg was positioned perfectly for that one. He was in the air when he was pulling the ball back inside the boundary ropes, and I just get the feeling he did a remarkable job in the end. You never know in these tournaments. One good effort in the field can turn out to be the deciding factor of this match. Another wide, this time down the leg side. Just need to stick to the basic. Doesn't need to do anything fancy at this stage of the innings. Remember, it's his last over. He has bowled generally well up till now, Bilal. Gave few extras in his first over too with the new ball burst. And now he has given a couple of extras down the leg side. But apart from that, he has been pretty decent. Low full toss, hitting it towards extra cover. Now that ball ricocheted of that fielder's hand, and it is going to allow the batter to come back for the second. Well, they decided against it, but now they will. And they might go for the third run too of the overthrow. Sloppy piece of effort. There was no one backing up on either side of the end. And as a result, what should have been just a single has converted into a 3. They have hauled the scoring rate in the last couple of overs. Another ball that goes up in the air. Short third man should be able to take it, and he puts it down. Now, how do you drop those? Got to be some sort of explanation to drop those many catches. Bilal should have picked up another wicket. Muazzam looking to go for another big shot. It went up in the air. Short third man. Well, he did not even have to move an inch. And I'm pretty sure the ball did not even touch his fingertips. Another full toss missed by the left-hander. And they're just going to get a single of the last ball. So 19 overs have now been completed. Arham Sports are 177 for 6. So it's 177 for 6. Remember, just 1 over now remains for Arham CC, being at 16 for 3 at one stage. So it's a very good recovery from the batting side's point of view. Strong hit on the leg side. It's in the gap. Square leg is going to come around and he will finally be able to stop that one, but not before the left-hander Muzammil will pick up another couple. They have managed to drag their way back in the last couple of overs, Zabrij Sports, by not conceding many boundaries. And it's important from their point of view that it continues to go that way in the next 5 balls too. Tries to muscle it, but will just get a single towards long on. But if they look to run hard, which they won't, could have been a couple. Changing the field now for the right-hander. Square leg goes back, fine legs is in. So is the fielder at third. They've got deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, deep extra cover. Long on and long off positioned at the boundary ropes. Could have easily squeezed that one over backward point. Instead, he was looking for that clever shot of the scoop over fine leg, but the length was just fuller and the line was way outside the off stump too. So smart thinking from Atif. Another delivery that is outside the off, and this is excellent bowling and smart stuff. He's not doing anything fancy. He's making sure that he bowls them into the block holes, and it's very difficult if you bowl it outside the off stump. Couple of dot deliveries, that too in the last over. It's almost as good as gold for the bowling side. This time he connects and just gonna go over long off. And on top of that, it has been signaled as a no ball too. So the next delivery will be a free hit. And they go past 180 with that big hit. Looking for another Yorker outside the off stump, just missing the length by a few inches. Awesome, getting underneath that and hitting it over long off's head. Now he can hit it anywhere. He bowled it outside the off stump, and it's the wicket keeper who made an error. Well, he did not even bend to stop that one, the wicket keeper. That ball just went between his legs. There was no effort whatsoever to put his gloves around that one. Now they go past 190. That last over, which was turning out to be so good. When you talk about the first 4 deliveries with just 3 runs and a couple of dot deliveries. He bowled a no ball that went for a 6. The next delivery, that was a free hit. It was missed by the batter and was missed by the keeper too. So the final delivery coming up, it goes up in the air once again. The bowler running backwards. He was not going to get anywhere near to that. The batter is going to come back for the second. They're looking to go for the third too, but I just get the feeling they're going to get a couple in the end. So a very eventful end to the innings of Arham Species. 16 for 3 at one stage. They're going to finish off at 193 for 6 in their 20 overs, and their side and the captain are going to take this total in the end. After losing 3 wickets early, it was all about that partnership between Ziaur Rahman and Harsher. Harsher lost his wicket courtesy of that run out, but Ziaur Rahman kept on milking on those bowlers on either side of the wicket. Got a brilliant century of 44 deliveries, and then late in the order he was also supported by Salman, who hit 3 towering sixes in his cameo of 23, and in the end it was Muazzam who provided the finishing touches towards the end of the innings, scoring 193 in their allotted 20 overs for the loss of 6 wickets. Couple of wickets for Bilal, the left-arm seam at the start of the innings, and a wicket apiece to Izhan, Atif and Zuhaib. Unfortunately, Mohsin Shahid Pathan or Asad could not pick up a wicket tonight. So the target for Zabrij Sports in the second match of the Shaikhani Super League is going to be 194 in their allotted 20 overs. And you can join us once again on TNVisions after the gap of 10 minutes Right, we'll be back with the run chase. So 194 is the target for Zabrij Sports, and Abdullah Alam has come out to open the innings. Well, he is going to be facing the first ball. Remember, the target is 194. Clips the first ball towards the leg side at mid-wicket. He runs the first one hard, wants to come back for the second, and he's going to get there comfortably. So Abdullah Alam and Babar are the two openers for Zabrij Sports. Remember, it's the first match of Shaikhani Super League for both the teams. And the target is not a small one. Ali Umar has taken the new ball with a regulation field setting. Fielder at deep third and a fielder deep on the leg side at square leg. Bowls this one down the leg side. Will be given a wide. Bilal from Arham was very effective with his left arm seamers earlier on with the new ball when he took the pace off and relied more on cutters as compared to seam up deliveries, as a result of which he got a couple of wickets very early on in this innings. Standing tall, driving it on the offside, but excellent effort by mid-off fielder. Throw at the strikers in, and tell you what, would have been curtains for Babar because he wasn't expecting the throw to come at his end. No change in the field to the new batter. It's going to be Babar facing his first ball. Just getting a little tickle. Fine leg is after it. Will be able to cut that one. Not in the first attempt, but definitely in the second one. And they will return for the second one. We'll have to see whether it came off the bat or off the pads. Leg by signal by the umpire. Overs are going to be really crucial for both these teams. Arham will be hoping to get as many wickets as they lost in their first 6 overs. Whereas the batting side will be hoping that they can get at least 8 or 10 and over in the first 6. Getting an inside edge, excellent stop. Now that is brilliant fielding from the fielder at fine leg. Normally you see the ball just travelling across this lightning quick outfield, but that effort from that fielder at short fine definitely saved 3 runs for his side. It was not a convincing shot, just got an inside edge, and that ball was travelling. Got an awkward bounce too, but made sure that he dived towards his right and stopped that ball. Now that lucky single once again brings Abdullah Alam back on strike. The bowler is asking for a bit of change in the field. One more fielder will be added on the leg side at mid-wicket. Third man has been asked to come back in. There is a fielder at mid-on and a fielder at deep square leg now. 3 fielders now on the offside inside the 30-yard circle, with a fielder at deep square leg and a fielder at deep mid-wicket. Nicely timed. Excellently placed by Abdullah Alam. Now there was a fielder on the previous delivery in that similar region, and as soon as he took that fielder off, he found that gap between extra cover and mid-off. First boundary to Zabrij Sports and their opener Abdullah Alam. Ball's a short, hits it up in the air. Chance for the fielder at fine leg, and he takes it. What an excellent reply this is from Ali Umar. After getting struck for a boundary of the previous delivery, he comes back strongly and gets the big fish. A bouncer attempted. Abdullah just couldn't keep it down when he was looking to pull that one on the leg side, getting on top of the bat. And the fielder at fine leg taking a very simple chance in the end. So a wicket lost in the very first over from us, the batting side's point of view. After the first over, they are 11 for 1, with Abdullah walking back after scoring 7 of 4 deliveries. So 11 for 1. Zabrij Sports in pursuit of 194. It's going to be Danish to share the new ball along with Ali Umar, the off spinner. Now it's a full toss chance for another wicket. The wicket keeper takes another one. Wow, what a start this is from Danish. A full toss bringing a wicket to the opposition. Could not have asked for a juicy full toss of the very first ball, that too from an off spinner. But once again, the shot selection wasn't great. It was a delivery that was outside the off stump. Should have been driven on the offside instead. Looking to sweep that, getting on top of the bat, and the wicket keeper, well, taking a very simple chance in the end. So both the openers back in the dugout in a span of 2 deliveries. It's Babar Beg walking back after scoring just 1. It's 11 for 2. So Umair Tariq walks in at number 4, and they've got 2 left-handers in the middle. Zabrij Sports. We saw Arham CC losing 3 wickets in the first 3 overs. And Zabrij Sports are not far away from that. Could not have asked for a softer dismissal than The way Babar got out. Gets off the mark with a single. Umair Tariq. Touch player usually takes a bit of time before he gets settled and goes for those big shots. But he's out very early in this innings in the middle, so you never know, he might take some chances in his first 6 overs. After played some really handy knocks in the second edition of Shaikhani Super League, when obviously he was a part of some other team, but the role will not be any different, especially here tonight when they've lost 2 wickets very early in the big run chase. Staying on the back foot, but once again not being able to find the gap. Pretty accurate bowling so far from Danish. Apart from that first full toss that brought him a wicket, everything has been on the stumps. Goes for the big hit. There is a fielder at long on, but he's not going to get there anywhere near to that delivery. A 6 to end the over from Akhtar and also to open his account. 2 overs completed. Zabrij Sports are 18 for 2. It's going to be Ali Umar to start his second over, and that ball came back in sharply into the left-hander. We might expect him to come around the wicket to both these left-handers. Umair Tariq usually loves to play with a straighter bat. Otherwise, had he looked to play with a cross bat on that delivery, he would have lost his stumps too. Looking to drive it, just getting it past that fielder at extra cover. Bit of footwork from Danish Murid, and they're going to get one more run. It's very important in the big run chase of 190, or even if you're scoring anything more than 180 in the second innings, that you get off to a good start in the first 6 overs. At least look to score at 7 and 8 in the first 6, so that you can build on in the next 7 overs. So they still have the opportunity of getting a big partnership, squeezing it past those 2 fielders on the offside. We'll just get a couple. Akhtar. Square leg and third man at the food fielders outside the inner ring. For the left-hander, he's going to once again come around the wicket, Ali Umar. Usually he's a very easy wicket to bat on, especially when you talk about Goldberg, Gymkhana. So unless and until you've got pace or you can swing the ball in the air as a fast bowler, the margin of error is very minimum, especially in the first 6 with the fielding restrictions in place. A bouncer attempted, but will be given a wide because that one went over the head of the left-hander. Not much of a difference in the scores of these two teams at this stage, because even Arham CC had lost 2 wickets. Having a deep look at the field now on the offside, Akhtar. Just dabbing it towards short third, a fumble from the fielder. Partial stop. Akhtar will get an easy couple. Should have been a dot ball. Instead, they got a couple of the last delivery. So 3 overs done and dusted. Zabrij Sports in its pursuit of 194 are 24 for 2. Decent channel so far, Danish Munir. Getting deep inside the crease and just working it towards the square leg. Umair Tariq. Just get the feeling he's under a lot of pressure. Maybe he's got a point to prove. Not the sort of a batter who likes to go straight away after the bowling. Just take a little bit of time before he gets into that groove, but can he afford to do that tonight? Goes for the big shot now. Once again, might have been an inside edge. Just getting a little frustrated there, Akhtar. Looking to play across the line, and there was definitely some bat involved. Otherwise, that would have been plump. Now that is shot, put away in the air, square leg. Will he be able to get there? He does. Takes a really good low catch. That fielder at square leg. It's Farhan who has judged that catch to perfection to give Danish Munir his second wicket, and it's a big one of Akhtar. His eyes must have lit up when he saw that length. Lifted his left leg, hoping that he could clear that fielder on the leg side, but look at how comfortably he judged that one. Another wicket to fall for Zabrij Sports. It's the big one of Akhtar. He departs after a small innings, hitting just 1-6 in his innings tonight. Scores 10 runs, and the batting side have now lost their third. 3 wickets once again have gone down very early as Ali Umar starts his third over. Umair Tariq just dabbing it towards backward point and getting yet another single. Well, he's just sealing his singles right now, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any other option because the wickets are going down at regular intervals at the other end. Zohaib is the new batter in at number 5. Obviously, he wouldn't have expected to come out that early in this innings. But now, not only he needs to score runs, but he needs to score them quickly, along with his partner, to stitch up that big partnership. Outside edge, and that's going to run down fine, but there is a failure at third man. No movement of the feet whatsoever, just throwing his hands at that one outside the off stump, and was very lucky that there was a thick outside edge, otherwise the wicket keeper would have come into play. Now the role for Umair Tariq gets even bigger now. He's a man who is known for playing longer innings, but he will be needing some support at the other end. Chipped in the air, chance for mid-wicket, and he won't put it down. Another soft dismissal for Zabrij Sports. It's Ali Umar who picks up another wicket. A length delivery, he was looking to work it away on the leg side. Might have closed the face of the bat a little too early. As a result, got a leading edge. And the mid-on fielder didn't make any mistake whatsoever. As if they're losing a wicket every over, Zabrij Sports now, because now they have lost 4th inside 5 overs, with Umair Tariq now walking back after scoring just 4. It's 27 for 4. The new batter walks in, Anas, the right-hander. Ali Umar so far is on top of his game. He hasn't given him many runs away, and on top of that, he has picked up a couple of wickets. Bowling at a decent pace, getting some decent bounce, and any lateral movement that he has got, well, he hasn't got much movement, but whatever movement that he has generated on this pitch, he has made it difficult for Zabrij Sports. A slower bouncer attempted, and was very lucky there, Anas, that it didn't carry through that field at a short mid-wicket. Otherwise, up till now, we have seen majority of the wickets falling in almost a similar fashion, and the batters are trying to go for those aggressive strokes and ending up losing their wickets, getting easy chances to those fielders inside the inner ring. Talk about the 2 openers, Abdullah Alam giving an easy catch to the fielder at fine leg. Then we saw Zohaib giving a simple chance to the keeper. Another slower bouncer. won't be given a wide. So very good over. A successful over comes to an end from Ali Umar. Couple of runs and a wicket of it. 5 overs completed and the score stays on 27 for 4. Left arm spinner comes in, Jamshed Mahmood in fact. Comes in with 2 right-handers at the crease, so it's a pretty smart bowling tactics from the skipper. Gets a full toss, hits it hard. Might have gone all the way for 6-2. Yes, it does. Second maximum of the innings. Well, we haven't seen many boundaries being hit so far in the first 5 overs, but that should have been hit. Full toss outside the off stump, hitting it dead straight over the bowler's head. Well, that is some way to open your account. A 6 over the bowler's head. Yes, it was a full toss, but it was still there to be hit and had to be put away. Now he gets slightly shorter, and lucky that there was no one at short mid wicket. Just get the feeling the ball is just holding on to the pitch in the second innings, because even in the previous over we saw when Ali Umar attempted those slower bouncers, the ball didn't arrive to the batter at a pace that he was expecting it. Straight away a fielder has been asked to come and stand at short mid wicket, so that if the ball goes in the air, should go down to the hands of those 2 fielders inside the inner ring. Bowls a one down the leg side, wasn't kept by the keeper. That fielder at short third was rushing towards the ball, made sure that the batting side just got that 1 run. Well, they'll get 2 because it was wide down the leg side. But Zabrij Sports, well, they're not in a healthy position. That's going to be another one down the leg side, and this time the fielder at short third might not be able to cut that one off, and that will go and trickle past the boundary ropes. 5 wides added to the total. Couple of occasions looking to target the pads, but the ball just staying leg side-ish and not bouncing a great deal either. Another change in the field. The fielder from square leg has been asked to go and stand at short fine. So the square leg region is pretty open now. This is exactly where Anas is looking right now. Anything onto the leg side and we might see that sweep shot come into play. As a result, he bowls another one down the leg side. This side might have got a little tickle, or the pads maybe. Well, it came off the bat, so it's another boundary for Anas. After hitting the bat, the ball also hit the pads, but just got enough bat to it that it was almost impossible for the fielder at fine leg to stop that one. Expensive first over from Mahmood Jamshed. Will finish it off with a dot ball, but still gives away 19 runs off it. 6 overs completed, And the batting power play is done. Zabrij Sports are 46 for 4. for 4 after 7. Spin from both ends now for Arham CC, and they're making it equally difficult for their opposition too. All the difficulties that they faced in their first innings, in the first 3 or 4 overs, they are transferring that pressure back to the opposition. Looking to hit it hard, but well stopped in his follow through. So pretty decent over from Muzammil comes to an end, just 4 singles off it. 8 overs completed, and this innings is going nowhere for Zabrij Sports. They are 53 for 4, still needing 141 to win. Slightly slaughter, but slaps it hard and straight towards mid-off. Just like Ali Umar, even Mohammad Tala is bowling with a decent pace. Zabrij Sports, on the other hand, are in search of a big partnership. The required run rate has already gone past 12 and over for the batting side. Fuller in length, but just drifting down the leg side. He has struck the patch on a couple of occasions now, Mohammad Tala, but on both the occasions, the ball was just angling down the leg side. We saw that happening in his first over too, and now we saw the right-hander just getting beaten by pace. Just a little straighter, and he would have been the candidate of leg before. Just dealing in singles in the last couple of overs, the batting side. We haven't seen any flourish from any of those 2 feet batters. Getting on top of the bounce, but not getting the gap. A shy at the non-strikers, and it was the bowler who gathered that throw. Making them work hard for each and every single tonight. The idea was right to throw at the non-strikers end, but even if that ball would have hit the stumps, I just get the feeling the batter would have been well in. Now he bowls a full toss. That missed everyone. It missed the batter, it missed the wicket keeper. It's been given as a no ball. Might have slipped out of his hand because he was attempting a Yorker. Well, that was pretty quick. It was well over his waist height, and even the wicket keeper hoping that he could stop it with his left leg, but by the time he moved his leg, the ball had already gone past him. So a no ball, that means it's going to be a free hit. Remember, Suhaib was the one who faced a no ball, so they cannot afford to change the field. He bowls a slower one, hits it flat, hits it long, and hits it over long off. Is this the big shot they were looking for? It's not just the one they want. They need plenty of sixes now. Zabrij Sports. It was a slower delivery. He waited for it. Flat batted it over mid-off, and it went over the boundary ropes. $129 more to get. Run a ball 12 so far for Zohaib, and his partner batting on 14. Getting a thickish outside edge, but not carrying to the fielder at point. Once again getting beaten by the pace that he's bringing to the equation, Mohammad Tala. He's got that slingy action. He's bowling with that lower trajectory, and along with that he's got pretty decent pace. I'm almost clicking at 135, 140. Maybe even quicker than that. Hits it hard, but drills it straight towards mid-off. Dot delivery to end the over. 9 overs completed. It's 65 for 4. think he just lost the side of the ball behind batter, the non-strikers in there, Muzammil. Seven of the over so far with a couple of balls still to go. 72 is what they have managed up till now. 45 is a partnership now between these two. Goes for another big shot. Does Zohaib chance to the fielder at long off? Will he get there? He does, but he just couldn't hold on to it. It's going to give an opportunity for Zohaib to come back for another couple. But it was a brilliant effort nevertheless from the fielder at long off. He had to run forwards. He knew that he won't be able to take it cleanly, so he had to dive as well, which he did. But in the end, the ball just popping out of his hands. Had he taken it, it would have been a spectacular catch. In the block hole and just missing it out altogether. So a dot delivery to end the over. 9 overs done. In fact, 10 overs completed. Zabrij Sports 74 for 4. Mahmood Jamshed now into his second over. Gave away 19 runs in his opening over when he was straying onto the leg side. Easy singles are on offer for Zabrij Sports. The required run rate exactly 12 and over for the batting side. The next couple of overs are going to be really important. Just holding his length back ever so slightly. He knew Zohaib was going to look to go for the big shot, but just kept it wide and bowled it slightly shorter of the good length. Trying to tease the right-hander by keeping it outside the off stump. He knows that the natural shot will be towards the deep mid-wicket region. He's got that one covered. Flighting it a bit more. But Zohaib will find himself very lucky that the ball is going to bounce twice before it's going to reach deep extra cover fielder. He's not happy with the bat. He's already signaling to his dugout that he wants a new willow. Struck hard, but will just be a single towards long on. If Arham CC goes on to win this one, it's going to be a very good victory for them, considering the fact that they were at 16 for 3 at one stage. And to get a recovery and to post 193 and then to get the opposition in this position, it's a remarkable job in the end. Singles are not going to hurt the opposition. Just 5 runs, in fact 4 runs in that over from Mahmood Jamshed. 11 completed. It's 78 for 4. boundary to start, and once again coming from the batter, Zohaib. He's been very severe on anything that has been slightly full and a touch quicker from the hands of the spinner. Mahmood Jamshed was doing the right thing by bowling it slower through the air and keeping it outside the off stump, but Muzammil is just looking to bowl a little quicker, and so far he has paid the price for it. Couldn't stop in his follow through. Long off will come around. Zohaib will get a single. 50 partnership has been raised by these two. Is this a partnership that's going to bring Zabrij Sports back into the game? That is going to happen. They need to go till the end. Coming down the track using his feet. Chance of a run out at the non-strikers end, and once again the fielder misses the stumps. Couple of overs ago the required run rate was 12. Now it's touching 13. Once again flying it up in the air, but will go to straight towards the long off fielder. One thing is for sure, someone needs to play the knock that Zia did for Arham CC. Doesn't have to be 100, but a quick fire 70 or 80 will do the job. Slightly shorter, but just couldn't get it past extra cover. Danish Munir once again staying at the edge of the ring and stopping that delivery. Anas has gone quiet in the last couple of overs. It's going to be consecutive dot balls to end the over. Good comeback this from Muzammil, especially after being struck for a boundary of the first ball. 12 overs completed. Zabrij Sports are going at just 7 and over. They are 85 for 4. Another delivery that goes in the air, but it will land between those two fielders at extra cover and long off, and that will allow Zohaib to come back for yet another couple. Well, you got to give credit where it's due. He's trying his best, Zohaib. Every now and then he's looking to clear the field, looking to get those boundaries or sixes, but you've got to respect the opposition as well. They bowled really well, especially Mahmood Jamshed with the left arm orthodox, bowling slower through the air using that arm delivery that he has, but this time Zohaib's middle that one, and he hits it over long on. And he was eyeing that length, eyeing that pace from the bowler, Zohaib. He was trying that stroke in the previous over 2 against Mahmood, but couldn't get it out of the middle. This time He made sure that he gets it up the middle and he gets it over the head of the fielder at long on. Attempts a faster one now. He gets it on the offside. That's going to curl away from the fielder. Deep extra cover. Might run away for 4. It does go all the way for 4. The fielder tried his best after covering a lot of ground to stop that ball with his left foot. Just overrun it in the end, and it's the momentum of the ball that made sure that it carried over the boundary ropes. Is this the over they were looking for? Where they don't need just one big over, at least 2 or 3, where they can get more than 15 or 16 and over to bring the required run rate back between 10 or 12. But as soon as Mahmood has lowered his pace, he has made it difficult for Zohaib to middle the ball. Slaps it. Hits it really hard, and an excellent effort from the fielder at long off. Zohaib will just get a single, but he's getting that confidence back. On the other hand, Anas is still finding it difficult to get those boundaries. So a dot delivery it is to end the over. 13 done. Zabrij are 98 for 4. So 98 on the board, 96 more needed in the last 7. As long as Zohaib is out there in the middle for Zabrij Sport, their hopes are still alive as he starts the over with yet another boundary. With that, he moves into the 40s and the 100 comes up for the batting side. He hasn't given up as of yet, Zohaib. He still thinks that he's going to stay there in the end. There might be a chance for the batting side to go over the line. Remember, all it needs is just one big innings to chase down any target in T20 format. The job is not done yet as of yet. Still trying to bowl fast, but will just be a single towards long off. Once again missing it altogether. Now he's finding it really difficult on us. Not only he's consuming a lot of deliveries, but he's also adding pressure to his partner at the other end. There is always an alternate option to go for those singles and give the strike as much as possible to your partner who is getting boundaries at will. Now he connects and he sends that ball over long on. Is this the start of something big for Anas? He's been trying to hit that shot for the last 3 overs. Finally coming from the middle of his bat and getting the maximum result out of it. Another short delivery that he misses. Not only the batter missed, but it was the bowler who missed the stumps too. Another dot delivery it is. 14 done. It's 109 for 4. It's time for a change in the bowling attack since the spinners were leaking a bit of runs. So the pace is on once again. And it's going to be Muhammad Tala to start the 15th over now. 60 odd runs have been added by these two for the 5th wicket. So Habe is the one who has got majority of those runs in that partnership. He is on to 45 now, one big hit away from what would be his half century. But I'm pretty sure he's not looking at his personal milestone. His job will be to get his team over the line. And if he can manage to do that tonight, it's going to be a remarkable achievement for sure. Slightly Fuller hits it hard, but there is long on in place. We haven't seen him hitting boundaries on the leg side or on the offside that much. He has generally looked to hit the ball straighter. And that's why you have seen the fielder at long on and long off pretty straight. Now Anas, who was struggling a bit against the spinners, let's see how he operates against the pace. Wow, that is a shot and a half. That shot deserves at least an 8. Unfortunately, he'll only get 6 runs for that. That came right out of the screws. Minimum of effort, but maximum result out of that. One thing is for sure, fast bowlers don't like being hit for sixes, that too over their head. That was a special hit, probably the shot of the innings up till now. Just hear the sound of the bat of that shot. As soon as it came off the bat, he knew where it's going to end. Now the bowler misses his length and line, holds it down the leg side, will give an extra run to the opposition. One thing is for sure, this match is still not over, folks. We saw a big partnership in the previous innings between Harshad and Zia. We are almost witnessing the same thing between these two. Tries to muscle that one, but will just get a single towards long on. Couple of balls still to go in this over, and if they get at least one boundary out of them, they will have those runs they were looking for. It was difficult to face him earlier on with the ball that was relatively newer, but now it's much more soft, not bouncing a great deal. Now that's going to be a no ball. It's another beamer. Zohaib is not happy. The bowler straight away apologized. That ball hit his arm and he has taken off his gloves. He looks in some pain, Zohaib. It was so quick that he just couldn't get his hands out of the way from that delivery. I'm pretty sure he'll be needing some sort of treatment. He's getting his arm rubbed. I'm pretty sure he'll be needing some more treatment because that was a pacey delivery that straight away hit his arm, his left arm. There you see, it was a waist high, it was a quick delivery, so he just couldn't get out of the way, and he's really lucky that the ball hit his arm and not his neck. Back on his feet, that's good to see, but it's going to be a free hit for Zohaib. He gets an outside edge and that's going to get a boundary. It was once again a pacey delivery. He got a thickish outside edge. The wicketkeeper just couldn't react to outside edge, and Zohaib gets a boundary and gets a 50 as well. 50 of 36 deliveries for Zohaib, a fighting knock. But he's not willing to raise his bat to the dugout because he knows that the bigger job is to get the remaining runs for his team. The captain just trying to calm his bowler down. There is no need to bowl at that much pace if you're getting hit away for runs easily. Another short pitch attempted. He was looking to cut that one. There has been a bit of an appeal from the bowler and the fielding side, but the bat is still out there. It's going to be a dot delivery to end the over. 15 overs completed. Zabrij Sports are 123 for 4. 71 needed of 30 deliveries. Anas is still fighting hard. 32 of 29 for the right-hander, but as we saw Zohaib getting a half century in the previous over, when a thick edge ran down towards third man. So the left-arm spinner is going to continue to operate. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. The extras are not going to help the fielding side. With 71 needed at the last 5 overs, you just need 1 or 2 overs where the batting side, if they can manage to get more than 15 and over, the match will still be on. Hitting it just to the right of the fielder at long on, but I just get the feeling they will just get a single out of that. Fresher legs, and they might have got another couple. Zohaib is not comfortable. Obviously, it's the spinner who is on, so he would love to take off his helmet. And obviously, the blow that he got in the previous over. And Talha bowled a beamer, and it hit his left shoulder. Now, he likes to hit those boundaries in that V between mid-wicket and long on. He goes for another big shot. He hits it flat. He hits it straight, and he gets a 4. He hasn't given up one bit up till now, Zohaib. He knows there is just one way to go. Either go for those boundaries or go for those maximums. There is nothing in between. 100 partnership is also raised between these two. Arham Sports need to break this partnership. He hits it flat once again, but will just get a run. Just getting a little exhausted now, so won't be running hard to convert those singles into twos. That's why it's important that the batter at the other end needs to get those boundaries as well. It's not just Zohaib's responsibility to go for those big shots. Anas decides to go big. He has got that high up in the air. Mid-wicket is getting underneath that. Farhan doesn't drop any. He has already taken a really good catch earlier on in this innings, and he takes another one. It's Anas who has been dismissed while searching for that boundary on the leg side, just getting the elevation, and Farhan taking a really good catch under the floodlights. So a big partnership has been broken for that 5th wicket. Anas walking back after scoring 34. It's 130 for 5. So Anas the batter dismissed. The left-hander Izhan walks in. Not much time remaining. Mahmood Jamshed providing the all-important breakthrough by breaking that partnership that was proving to be very dangerous for the fielding side, but Single from the left-hander towards extra cover, and singles are not going to hurt the fielding side because they know that the boundaries and the maximums are the need of the hour. Will change his field once again. The bowler. One more fielder on the offside for the right-hander. Short third man back with point cover. Zuhaib strucks it well. He gets it in the gap. Now, has that gone all the way? I think he has gone all the way. Now, Farhan standing from deep wicket has already signaled that as a maximum. Just moving away from the line of the leg stump ever so slightly so that he could create that room he was looking for. And then flat batting it past that fielder. At long gone. So 6 to end the over. That means after 16, Zabrij Sports are 137 for 5. Still needing 57 more to win in the last 4 overs. Who would have thought this match is going to go down till this stage? I mean, 57 needed of 24. It's still possible for Zabrij Sports. Just losing his run up, I guess, Ali Umar. .57 needed of 24 deliveries. And if this match somehow ends up with a tie, I mean, you never know, we can get a super over and you might go home after Fajr. Now, has it got an outside edge? There were 2 sounds, definitely an edge involved. And finally, the moment arrived we all have been waiting for. To witness some big hits from Shahid Khan. If he's the next man in. But that was a decent delivery outside the off stump, just looking to open the face of the bat, but getting an outside edge in the process, and the wicket keeper taking a regulation catch in the end. So not providing much of a difference tonight. Izan just walks back after scoring a single. 6 down now, Zabrij Sports. So 6 wickets down, still 57 needed. Shahid Pathan walks in at number 8. Well, he's got a partner who is set at the other end, Zohaib. 61 of 49 deliveries. 57 still needed of 23 balls. As long as these two are out there, it's still possible for Zabrij Sports. Straight away looking to go for that big shot on the leg side. The ball just hitting his left leg in the process. He's also someone who likes to hit those big sixes straight down the ground. So it's not going to be a surprise if the bowlers are going to hold their length back ever so slightly. Both the fielders on the leg side are standing at the boundary ropes, mid wicket and square leg, along with the fielder at long on. Slightly slower, the ball that just didn't bounce as much as Shahid was expecting, and they got a bye. Most importantly, Zohaib is on strike. Now, ideally, he would be looking to hit at least 2 sixes or 2 max boundaries of the last 4 balls. We have already witnessed a last ball thriller, the opening match of this Shaikhani Super League Season 3. Can this be another one? Another slower bouncer attempted. Will it be a wide? It is a wide. So he'll have to re-bowl that. And secondly, he cannot attempt another bouncer. Slightly slower, getting it over the head of the fielder at fine leg. This will run away for 4. This is the boundary they were looking for, Zabrij Sports. Trying another shorter length delivery, but this time it was straying down the leg side. He's following the batter, but Zohaib was equally on top of it. He's playing a gem of a knock here tonight for his team. Came in at a time when his side lost early wickets. Exactly what happened with Arham Sports when they were batting, and we saw Zia getting a century tonight. Slightly full and slightly wide. He gave away himself a little bit of room, so just couldn't reach out for that delivery. And the bowler spotted that. Remember, it's the last over of Ali Umar as well. So who will be bowling the next 3 overs? Matala has been expensive. Tries to hit it hard, gets it in the gap, gets another boundary, does Zohaib. Through the kitchen sink at it. Third man and backward point inside against a pace bowler. It's always a risky feeling setup. Making sure that he ends the over with yet another boundary, Zohaib. 17 overs completed. It's 147 for 6. going to be Ziaur Rahman to bowl the 18th over. Shahid Khan drills that one hard, but it goes straight towards long off. Centurion in the first innings, now being given the responsibility to defend 47. If he bowls this one well, I'm pretty sure he's going to bowl the last one too. That's why it's important that these two batters get as many boundaries as possible. Zohaib tries to hit it, gets it over extra cover. He'll look to get a couple at least. Might get this couple because the fielder lost the control of the ball while looking to throw that. The fielding side are trying their best to keep Shahid Khan off strike. Not sure whether this plan will work, considering that Zohaib is also getting those boundaries. He got a couple in the previous over. Need a couple of sixes in this one at least. Not getting it off the middle, will just get a single towards backward point, and the opposition is happy to give him a single so that he could get off strike. But little do they know that even Shahid is capable of hitting those massive sixes. We have seen that him doing that in the past. Can he do that again tonight? Gets a full toss. Will he get a boundary? Mid-wicket is trying to get underneath that, but he won't be able to stop that one. Farhani has already taken a couple of really good catches, but just couldn't stop that one. And even that delivery didn't came from the middle of Shahid's bat. Hitting inside half of the bat, but he still swung so hard at that one that it just kept going away from Farhan, who was running towards his right from mid-wicket. Covering the stumps now. Gets his man, Dazia. One swing too many from Shahid Khan. A length delivery. He was looking to tong that over mid-wicket. Just missing a straighter ball, and the off stump has been uprooted. This is the final nail in the coffin for Zabrij Sports, because if there is anyone who could have done that along with Zohaib, it was Shahid. But now he has been dismissed as well after getting just one boundary in his innings tonight. He could just go 5, and Zabrij Sports are now 7 down. Left-handed batter Asad walks in, replacing Shahid Khan. Still needing 39 more to win of 13 deliveries. Zabrij Sports gonna face a dot delivery, so an excellent over this from Zia. Just getting hit away for one boundary, giving away 8 runs, but most importantly, getting that wicket of Shahid Khan. So 18 overs completed. Zabrij Sports are 155 for 7. 39 needed of the last two. Mohammad Tala will be bowling the penultimate over of the game. The first ball will be dispatched for a boundary. And no surprise, it's coming from the bat of Zohaib. Once again giving that room for Zohaib, and he was in such a good position to play that shot, because if you look at his stance, his left leg was going towards mid-wicket, so he opened up his body so that he could hit that easily on the offside, and then he got that length he was after. Tell you what, on this pitch, even 20 runs are gettable in the last over if this match can go down to that position. He gets another one, and this time it's taken. Well, what an extraordinary catch that is. Few inches over the top, and that would have been another boundary. Instead, that was a really good catch taken by Zia. And that brings to an end an extraordinary knock from Zohaib. Single-handedly, he was keeping the hopes alive of Zabrij Sports. A fuller delivery outside the off stump. He was jumping in the air while looking to take that charge, and he managed to do it in the end. He's going to get all the applause that he deserves, Zohaib. 76 of just 47 deliveries, and it was only him who would have done it for his team. But now he has been dismissed, and Zabrij Sports are now 8 down. Haswar walks in at number 10. He'll just get a single to his third man, but I just get the feeling it's almost over for Zabrij Sports, especially after that wicket of Zohaib. And they'll be hoping that they have given away a lot many runs in the last few overs to the opposition by allowing them to reach to 193 after reducing them to 16 for 3 in the first 3 overs. If they had restricted the opposition to somewhere between 170 and 180, this would have been a much relatively easier chase. Outside edge and taken in the second attempt. Wonderfully held by the wicket keeper. Second wicket now in the over for Tala. And on both the occasions, we have seen some really good catches being taken. First, it was Zia at third man. And now a fuller delivery, getting a thickish outside edge. And look at that effort. Couldn't take it in the first attempt, then had to dive forwards, making sure that he gets both his gloves underneath that. And a tumbling effort, but an effective one in the end. So another batter walks back to the dugout, Asad, without even troubling the scorers. And now Zabrij, 9 down. Remember, this is just the second match of the Shaikhani Super League Season 3. We already witnessed the last ball thriller. The first match between Gulberg Gymkhana and the defending champions Big Bang. And even this one was turning out to be a really interesting contest. Up till Zohaib was on strike. Bilal, the new batter, walking in. This match is almost over for the batting side, but we saw a tremendous fight from the batting side too, especially when they also lost 4 wickets very early. Then that partnership of 103 runs between Anas and Zohaib. Zohaib making sure that even when he went past his half century, he kept going for those boundaries that he was getting. And it took a really good catch to get rid of him earlier in this over by Ziad Shaw third. And then it allowed Mohammad Tala to come back even stronger by picking up another wicket. He bowls a short one. It's another beautiful delivery. And no mistake done by the wicket keeper. Pacey delivery getting rid of the left-hander Bilal. And it's all over for Zabrij Sports, as they have been bowled out for 160 in pursuit of 194. A shorter pitch delivery. Just couldn't get his body out of the way. The ball just hitting the gloves, and sharp catch taken by the keeper behind the stumps. So 3 wickets in this over alone for Talha. After getting some punishment early on in his spell, he came back strongly and made sure that he gets the all-important victory for Arham CC. A chase that was dented early on when the 4 top batters went into the dugout without him putting any significant contribution. Then Zohaib Saifullah walks in, scores 76 of 47 deliveries, and he was supported well by Anas. Shahid Pathan came out very late to my liking, and he didn't have that much time left to cause any more damage. He could only score 5, and overall just 3 batters entered the double figures. Talking about the bowling performance, 3 wickets for Ali Umar, couple of wickets to Danish, 3 for Mohammad Tala, who was a little expensive but he came back strongly, and a wicket apiece to Ziaur Rahman and Mahmood Jamshed, the spinners. Will be looking to come back stronger in the next match.
ऐसे ही और भी वीडियोस